Hello, hello. Welcome to another weekly review. We are going to take a look at this week's online service camera work. And as always, none of this is meant to be hurtful. None of this is meant to be mean. This is all meant to help us all get better together. You guys are awesome and you're doing a great job. So let's take a look at what we got this week. I'm going to pull up my notes here. All right. My first note is section B. So I ended up let's see if I can find that shot here. All right. So the side shot here. So I ended up where is that? It's this one right here. So I'm not sure if that's on camera. You can't see it right here, but I'll move this over just a little bit so you can see it. So right here, I increased it to 103 in scale, and I turned it -1 degrees. It was just barely enough to make my brain go bad. So if you look here, it feels just a little bit off kilter, and it's mostly that table right there, contrasted with the lines over here. So I just changed it over there. Let's make sure that we are level on the little green, the big green lines are green. We're not as worried about the up and down ones, the small ones in the center, but just make sure we are hanging out at level so the viewer doesn't feel off kilter when we go to that side shot. Move all this back here so we can see everything. Get that center-ish. All right. Let's go to section A. Pull up my notes again here. All right. So a lot of great things happening this week. I know we tried we had one camera trying a shoulder rig for the first time during filming, and sounds like it was a good experience. I think there's a couple of things we can work on to maybe stabilize that just a tad more. But that it's all going to be about comfort. So I want you guys to do what feels comfortable and the most stable for you. So that said, let's take a look at 504. Let's turn this on. Camera 4. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. So let's take a look at this shot here. I totally get what you're going for. You're trying to get a good close-up shot of David on playing the drums. So when we're doing a close-up of the drums, we're gonna need to get probably a little closer, or we're gonna need to pull back a little bit so we can see who's playing it. Because right now it just looks like the camera got tilted down and didn't quite get checked at the right check for errors. So let's take a look here. Let's do this. Let's lock that. Let's get rid of that. Lock that. And then we'll lock that. So I would say if you're going to do that, we want to get nice and close here for that to happen. And even then, it still feels a little bit like we're not quite getting what we want. So I would, with the drummers at least, I would scroll up a little bit. So something like that. And since he's hitting the snare, maybe put it in this third here, the cross section there, with his face. So, or I mean, you could even zoom in a little bit more and try to get him like that. A little bit more face in there. The goal is mostly, we want to see, yeah, the drums are a little bit of a different use, or a different case than like the guitar or the bass or some other instrument, just because zooming in is a little weird because it's just sometimes what he's doing and where you're focusing on is intermittent. So in most cases, I would say hang out, maybe right here and kind of capture more of who's playing the drums and the drums they're playing. So I mean, you could even go down here and put him in that third. Yeah. Let's get that back there. All right. Let's go 538. Yes. Okay. So back on camera 4 here. I like the shot. This is more of what we're looking for. We want nice and close. We got his hand up here in the third. If you could have, and I'm not saying you could have, it might have been physically hard, impossible to do, but maybe take a step to the left, maybe 15 degrees, so we can get that just a little bit more of a straight on shot. I mean, this is a good shot. Don't get me wrong. This is a pretty solid shot, but we would, it'd be great if we could just get a little bit more of a straight on shot of that. Feels a little bit thin here, but other than that, I thought that was good. And my last note in section A here is 614. Yes. Okay. I love this shot on camera too here. Even though it's my ugly mug here, like, for one, Mike did a fantastic job at making these oh, there's a text from Emma. Making these panels like break up the background. It looks really, really nice, and it really helps this shot come to fruition. We got me in the third there. We got we actually, I mean, like, this might have been luck that Tim's shadow was in there breaking up the negative space there, but the panels really help. We got just a little bit of somebody in the foreground there. This is a wonderful shot. Great job there. All right, let's take a look at section C here. 1311. There we go. Let's lock these. Nope. Turn these off. Lock it. Like that. Okay, so I have 2 notes in a row here that say move Kristen over to the left third, and then at 13:30 you done did it. So congratulations on listening to Future Sam. You read my mind, camera 2. All right, 1547. Camera 3. Oh yeah, okay. So this is a good shot. You got captured Evangeline well here. If we could just zoom out just a tiny bit so we can see both hands, that would make the shot even better. I'm not saying that this is a bad shot. I'm saying that it can be improved just a little bit by including both hands there. It doesn't need to be the entire hand, but it does feel like just a tiny bit more. And I'm being nitpicky. So, yes. And my final note on section C is 1708. This is the same thing. So, camera 3 you did a fantastic job at capturing Jim, our violinist, all night. I had some fantastic shots of him. Great job, and I don't know if Mike is watching this, but thank you, Mike, for adding as much texture to the background as we can get. It's been that this looks real nice. So thank you, everybody. This is a joy and a privilege every single time we get to do this together. I love hanging out with you guys, and it is never boring with you guys around. So thank you for being so much fun all the time, guys. I appreciate you all. Love you guys, and I hope you are well today. If you're not, shoot me a message if you have a prayer request, and we'll talk soon. Peace.